Hello. I'm outside drinking my coffee and everything's wet. Ew. I was gonna do an episode of my new ninja show, but I think I'm gonna do just a vlog post because I'm kind of in a mood right now. It's a good mood. It's a very anti-bad mood, a very non-bad mood. It's pretty cool. It's warmer tonight than it was today. I'm wearing shorts. It's like October. It's the middle of October and I'm wearing shorts. I got one pair of pants that fit me properly. So I'm screwed on that. I think I'm just gonna walk around half the block. I'm outside. I might as well go for a walk. I need the exercise. I've been in front of the computer all day. Oh, I'm spilling coffee on myself. I just washed the shirt yesterday and just put it on for the first time today. My freaking favorite new sweater. First it gets a rip in the hood, now it's got a coffee stain on it. Well, it's gray, maybe it won't show up. Pardon me, I'm scratching my ear with my jaw. I'm a little itchy right now. I think it's from the transition into the more moist air. My skin's getting irritated a little bit as it's getting damper. My leg's itchy too. And my nose is itchy. I need a shower. Welcome to Windsor. They painted that on there just a little while ago. Probably can't see it on the camera. But usually this camera does a better job than it looks like on the little screen that's on it. So maybe you could. I've kind of taken to holding the camera like this. It's like down at almost my waist level, but at an angle pointed up towards my face. Sorry you're getting me at my bad angle, but whatever. At least you're not looking at just my mouth. I couldn't stand that in my first few videos where it was just my mouth, and then even some of my later videos, it's like half my face. Or a quarter of my face. It'd be just like the bottom left half of my face or something like that. Kind of ridiculous. My only other option really is to hold the camera like this, constantly put it in front of me so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm a fan of that. Seen this view many times. I used to come around this corner to smoke my cigarettes and go for a walk and a smoke at the same time. Figure the fresh air might counter the fresh air and exercise might counter the damage the cigarette was doing to me a little bit. I keep seeing this guy. See if I can get the whole poster in a shot. Don't sign. Misleading water salesman still on the loose. Before you sign, visit burnedatadoor.com. He's like a businessman with a with a ski mask on. Look out, it's Mitt Romney. Look out, it's the American core politicals. Fuck, the Canadian core political, they're pretty bad too. I'm not even 100% clear on the meaning of that name. I think it's a merge of corporations and politics. You know, like corporations that try to control politics, or pretty much successfully control politics. I don't really know enough on that subject to be speaking about it. What's this? Oh, massage therapy, chiropractic, life coach, and hypnotherapy. Now that's a bad combination. Massage therapy and chiropractic. That's a good combination there. But once you factor in life coach and hypnotherapy, just the life coach and the fact that it's pasted on there too, that's sketchy enough. But No. We get you real relaxed. Then we tell you what to do. And then hypnotize you and tell you how you live your life. Oh God. This is the world we're living in. Never noticed that before. I was thinking right up until I read that life coach and hypnotherapy, I was like, oh my God. All the time there was a massage therapy and chiropractor right down the street. But they're a hypnotic life coach. Not something I want to do. I usually go up this back alley here, in front of the hospital. But I think I want to take another way, and now that I think about that, I'm like, I don't even want to go up to the hospital, because the only places I can go in the hospital this time of night is the emergency room and the smoking area. Both which are going to make me bored. One which might make me want to smoke, in which case I'll feel like shit. Because I don't have any weed. And I'm going to feel like smoking tobacco. I quit tobacco for like almost 6 weeks now. And if I start smoking tobacco again, I'm going to smack myself. And the smack's not going to be enough either, because then I'll still be hooked on tobacco again. I'm still very mentally addicted to it. Oh, this coffee is weak. There's police up ahead. I hope he don't say nothing. I'm not even sure if I want to go this way, but I don't want to turn around. Make the police think that I don't want to run away from them. I'll just turn the corner since I don't want to go straight. This coffee sucks. I kind of made it weak so that I wouldn't be up all night. You know, I wish I could walk all the way to the riverfront, hang out down there and shoot a video for a while. I used to be able to do stuff like that when I was homeless here in Windsor. I just walked all day constantly, and now it seems like I can barely get myself down the street. I'm like mentally fucked up, because all the people where I live at, they're too lazy to even walk down the street without taking the bus. They'll take the bus to go like 2 or 3 blocks. The bus. They think everything's far, and like right when I got there, like almost a year ago, it's been almost a year and I haven't been walking anywhere. I thought when I got out of the hospital I'd be walking all over the place. But as soon as I got there, they were always saying, oh, this is too far to walk to and that's too far to walk to. And somehow it stuck in my head. It took me over and it like made me actually feel like it's too far to walk to. My favorite thing to do in Windsor used to be to walk downtown, and now it feels like it's too far. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. At least I'm not just walking around the block now. At least I'm actually going somewhere, even if it's not very far. I'll probably walk to the end of the next block and turn around. Go left on the corner. That way I can at least say I walked 2 blocks instead of half a block. You know what, that's not even half a block, the distance I was gonna go. Come to think of it, the Iris house is pretty close to the end of the block. So, it would have only been like 1/3 of a block maybe. More like 1/4 or 1/5. If that. Nice breeze. I like the sound of the cars. Just gonna turn the camera towards me in case this person doesn't want to be filmed. No sense filming people that don't want to be filmed. Got no more respect for that now, because one's crossing the street to avoid me because it's my show, and you know, it's not necessarily. Well, I may have the right to involve other people in my show, but it's not necessarily respectful to film people and put them on the internet when they don't want to be on the internet. I mean, I was pretty pissed off the first time somebody put pictures of me on the internet. But that was back before Facebook. Wasn't until, before Facebook, I was trying to be all ninja and be like, I don't want people to know anything about me online because, the government can track me and find out who I am. So I didn't have my actual birth date on Facebook and stuff like that. Tried to hide who I was even though I was on Facebook, and that didn't really work out. Anyway, as time went on, Facebook became more and more popular, and I joined more and more websites, and well, it slowly became impossible if you're going to do anything on the internet to hide anything about yourself. And I kind of realized, I got all these different accounts, like on forums and stuff, and email, and pretty much if the government wants to know my business, they can just do it. They can just look at it. They probably already been tracking pretty much everything I do online. If not tracking, they have records, and they can go and look it up. So there's not really anything I can do to stop them from learning everything about me if they want to. So I decided to go the opposite route, put my life online, and really, what are they going to do? What's the consequence, right? Because they've already got the Google Maps and the other satellites in the air that take pictures of the Earth that are so high definition they could probably read the words Tim Hortons on this cup. They could probably read the tiny little letters that say always fresh, because the first time I used Google Maps, and that was back when I was in high school, so what are we talking here? How many years ago? At least 6 years ago. And technology's come so far since then, but I could read a Taco Bell wrapper on the guy's food that he was walking down the street with. Pretty crazy. When I first realized that, I was like, oh my God, we have no privacy in the whole wide world. If you want to do something private, you have to be under a roof, and that's kind of why ninjutsu is not efficient these days. Now, there's probably some people that are jumping on that, thinking, he admitted ninjutsu is not efficient in the modern age. Now, it's not that ninjutsu, or more specifically ninpo, is not actually useful in the modern day and age. It's just that if you're going to do some sneaking, say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a Mickey Mouse way to put this that doesn't make it sound so bad that I won't get in trouble for saying, but I'm gonna get in trouble for saying it no matter what, or at least not necessarily get in trouble, but they're gonna be threatened by what I'm gonna say, because with espionage, if you're just gathering information, it would be obvious not to wear a ninja outfit because you want to look normal, right? You just want to like be a spy. You go with James Bond, you're wearing the suit, right? Or whatever makes you blend in best in that situation. Could be a t-shirt and shorts. I'm gonna walk even further. But there's basically 3 types of ninja missions. And maybe you won't do any kind of mission at all. I know I don't. Even though I always thought I would when I started out doing ninjutsu. I mean, I did some practice training, but never actually snuck into anything. Ever. The only sneaking I ever did was trying to sneak in my own house or my friend's house without waking up the people that are sleeping. Not really successful, real sneaking anyway. But basically, with ninjutsu, I guess you could say tactically, unless you're doing espionage and you're trying to just gather information or assert yourself as part of a group to infiltrate them, then you're basically going to be either stealing or assassinating. And I use assassinating just because it sounds better than killing. Because I don't like to touch on the subject of killing. I don't want you to kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. But even if you were, say, going to steal something or kill something, or, you know, that's not the only, I guess there's other things you could be doing too. There's a million reasons you could want to sneak, but there's kind of 3 underlying things. You know, even hunting, even if you're just killing animals, you know, you want food, sneaking would be very good. And that doesn't demand for what I'm trying to talk about. That's more of a camouflage situation. Camouflage and maybe arrows or blow darts. Guns are fine, I guess, for hunting, but I'd prefer myself to use an arrow for hunting. It doesn't take that much to kill a deer or something like that if you hit it in the right spot. I've never been hunting, so don't take my word for it. I don't know all that crap, and I probably wouldn't hunt because I'm more or less a vegetarian. But I'm really beating around the bush because I don't know if I should be telling people how to steal and kill more efficiently. But just for the purpose of advice and efficiency, whatever. If you are going to be doing, any ninja mission, but say theft or assassination, you're going to think, oh, well, I need to cover my face, right? You're thinking I need to wear a ninja mask, or I need to, I don't know, wear a black outfit, etc., etc. I need to dress like a ninja, or I need to wear a ski mask, or something to hide my face. In winter, a ski mask would be fine. In modern day North America, a classical feudal era Japanese ninja outfit is never appropriate for a ninja mission. Even if you're at a Halloween party, people are going to suspect the ninja first. So, what you want to wear if you're doing any kind of ninja mission is whatever you would normally wear if you were going into the exact same situation but not doing a ninja mission. What I mean is, trying to think how to put this here. Now, you can rob someone or even kill someone and still be virtuous. You don't have to be doing something evil to be a robber. You could be stealing back something that someone stole from you, or you could be silently and stealthily killing the person that rapes you every night. Something like that. But I'm trying to think of a couple situations where, say, you'd be wearing whatever. But I guess I can generalize since I can't think of something specific. But if you're gonna be walking down the street, just going somewhere towards your mission, you're gonna want to be just dressed normally. As a matter of fact, the more plain and unremarkable you look, the better chance you have of actually getting to where you're going, doing your business, and then going back to wherever you need to go without arousing any suspicion. So let's say, I don't know, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not telling you to do things, I'm just trying to provide an example, and this is the simplest possible example I can think of. Let's, for the sake of morality, let's just call your target what's the word? A very nasty dictator of a government that's slaughtering his own people and torturing them and stuff. Let's say he's even taking women as sex slaves or something, whatever we can do to demonize him so that it doesn't sound like I'm saying just go kill someone. But let's say there's a dictator and he's treating everybody in his country like garbage. He's killing his own citizens in the street, and you want to assassinate him. You want to sneak into his house late at night and stab him to death in his sleep. You don't want to be wearing anything that looks vaguely like an assassin. So skip on the black trench coat and the leather gloves. Skip on the classical ninja outfit with the hakama and the gi and the ninja mask and the tabi boots. You want to be wearing like jeans and a t-shirt or a suit, or really the thing that stands out the least. So probably like you still want to be efficient usually, but if you're absolutely obsessed with disguise, you can even do masks, like professionally made masks that actually look like a real human face. You can even go for masks and stuff that makes you look like you're a different race. But I'm trying to keep it basic, so you just want to dress in like normal street clothes. That's the bottom line. But if you're going after a dictator specifically, he's likely going to have security guards, and maybe you're going to want to dress like them or like one of his staff. You could even buy a shirt that says security or says staff on it. You can even buy shirts that say police, and those are usually enough to fool people. I would warn though that if you're gonna go with the shirts that say police, that you actually have some kind of equipment on you. They're pretty much not gonna believe the whole police thing unless you have a gun, but that can get you in so much trouble, even if you don't fire it, even if you don't hurt anyone. impersonating a police officer and actually having a gun, then you're not just impersonating somebody, you're also dangerous. So maybe you could get away with a nightstick. A nightstick is I think it's a permissible weapon, like something you're allowed to carry on you. You'll have to check your facts on that yourself, and it might be different in your country, but I think in Canada you're allowed to carry a nightstick. I don't know. I think that for the most part it's the concealed weapons that they're mostly worried about. But although you could fool a lot of more gullible people by just wearing a police shirt, or like a shirt that says police on it, that's not necessarily something that's going to always get you by. And in fact, with smarter people, that's going to be something that automatically alerts them to the fact that you are up to something that's no good, or that you're trying to fool them in some way. It's better to have a shirt that says security. Security shirt, I don't know exactly all the stuff you could do with that, and I'm sure there's a lot of mischievous things you can get up to if you actually convince people that you're security, that you work at a place, and that you are meant to have access to every nook and cranny of the place. But when I think of buying a security shirt and wearing it, the first thought that comes to my head is always being security in a nightclub. I don't even know what I would do, because if you're security and you're dancing around or something like that, or you're drinking yourself down under the table, I don't know if that expression is supposed to be used that way, but either way, I don't think they're going to believe you're a security guard if you're getting drunk as fuck. So security is good though, if you want to have access to areas where you're not really allowed. But I would say in most cases just a shirt that says staff will get you pretty much anywhere you want to go. And if that doesn't work, you need like overalls and a mop and bucket. You could probably skip the overalls too. You could probably just go jeans and a t-shirt and a mop and bucket, preferably like a sky blue or powder blue or faded blue shirt with one pocket on the left side, very janitory, and jeans and cheap shoes. That's pretty much your best bet if you want to pull off the janitor thing. Plus, janitors usually have access to every room in a building. There's an old saying, apparently, that a black man with a mop and bucket can go anywhere. Really, anyone can go anywhere with a mop and bucket, pretty much. But I suppose in some places, and especially back in the day when that quote was made, there was kind of a stigma of, you know, black men are just poor workers, you know, and they'd usually not be thought of as very intelligent because of the racism. And I guess they just figured, oh, he's just some black janitor here to clean the floors. But like, you can do that with anything. You can always clean the floors, and you can always just bring a mop and bucket and be like, you know, I'm supposed to be cleaning this, yada yada yada. You can pretty much clean the floors in any outfit as long as you're not wearing like a fancy suit or like a expensive leather jacket. You gotta look like you actually clean for a living. So pretty much your universal ninja guys, at least in North America, should be jeans and a t-shirt, and probably either sneakers or some kind of boot, like a, I don't know, what kind of boot would you wear? Like just like a tan boot, kind of like what I'm wearing, but not as fucking beaten up. Just like mine are a little bit odd looking, but just like a plain tan or brown boot. Even black you could probably get away with, but you don't want to be wearing those ninja shoes. If one person spots you trying to mop a floor in ninja shoes and actually knows what they are, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is a janitor, he's a ninja." You don't want to give them. Yeah, that may seem paranoid to you, but it's not. You don't want to give them anything to be suspicious about. You want to be plain man. You want to be human man. You want to be slave of Western society man, or wherever you live. You want to match your culture exactly. I mean, like, the ultimate ninja disguise is basically an emo kid. You know what I mean? Like, someone who's just like, I'm going along with the crowd. I'm society's bitch. I do whatever my friends do and whatever the social norms dictate. Like, just a complete airhead that totally only believes what they were raised to believe and what the TV tells you to believe and what your government wants you to believe, and you know, the way that the TV tells you to dress, the way that everybody else dresses, the way that basically whatever everyone else will consider normal, whatever blends in the most, that's what you want to look like. Now, emo kids don't blend in a horrible lot, but they are, what's the word? Conformists. You pretty much want to look like a big fat conformist. I don't dress that way. I could pull a Sean Kennedy and be like, you have to dress that way, but I don't, because I am the fucking man. But really, I got some flair. There's no reason you have to dress that way. You can go do a ninja mission in what you normally dress in, and really, if you're out of the ordinary for yourself, and you're around people that are familiar with you, they're gonna notice a change, and that's gonna trigger in their mind to think, you know, something's different today than every other day, so I should be, you know, observant of why this person is dressing this way today, or why this person is acting differently today. So if you can pull it off, you might just want to go with a normal, like, not necessarily normal, but whatever you would normally wear, however you would normally act. But with people that you don't know, if you're trying to trick them, depends how dangerous your mission is, but usually you're going to want to seem like a conformist, or maybe not a total conformist. A good way to go is like a normal member of society, but with a mind of their own. Somebody who's unaware to the villainy of society and the villainy of the government, but someone who still, you know, has personality. Because if you can make a few jokes or kind of be kind and win them over as your friend. Show them you got flair, show them you got intelligence. Depending on the situation, that'll help. You know, it depends if you're more trying to go unnoticed or more trying to get on somebody's good side. There's a lot to that. And I kind of realized how, even though this was supposed to be a regular blog post, it sort of turned into an episode of my ninja show. And I'm not sure if I'm going to post this as part of hidden or as part of my vlog. I might just put it on both playlists. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. Nothing really to talk about now. It took me a while. It took me like that whole walk, but I got to the point. I was too scared to say, like, if you were gonna sneak into somebody's house and stab them, because like, not only is that not what I want you to do, just like if somebody calls you an asshole, or if you hate somebody's fucking guts, just like sneak into their house at night and stab them in their sleep. I also don't really want you to do that, even if there is an evil dictator that's hurting people and you know, killing their own citizens and taking the women as sex slaves. I don't even want you to kill somebody under that circumstance, because then you're doing something bad yourself. Then you're attracting bad karma. Then you're attracting negative ki. And you don't want to have any kind of evil or hateful force in your life. I talk about yin yang, but that's not love and hate. It's more like love and stress. As a matter of fact, if somebody is such a huge problem that you have to change what they're doing or somehow eliminate them from the equation, killing is actually the stupidest solution you can come up with, and the one that takes the least thinking and intellect. Like, I mean, living beings have been killing each other as long as there have been living beings. Like, microbial, one-celled organisms kill each other. Anyone can kill something. It doesn't take any thinking, and in some cases, like stepping on bugs, it doesn't really take any effort to kill something. I don't want you to do things that are that simple. I don't want you to operate by solutions that are that simple. That's why I don't teach historical, quote-unquote, ninjutsu. Oh, there's a skunk over there. I'm going to have to walk on the road. This thing can spray like 20 feet. I'm going to be a little bit quiet for this, just so I don't disturb the skunk. I'm going to go around to the back so I don't bug Ray over here. Hey Ray, what you up to? For what? For what? I told you I quit 5 weeks ago.
What about your roommate?
John left, and Meryl's back in the hospital.
You got no one in there?
No, just me.
What else you got for $1.25?
What?
What else you got for $1.25?
For $1.25?
Any batteries? AAA batteries? I guess, right? You got any AAA batteries?
I have some batteries, but I need them for my remote.
Oh. One of them. You got a bag of chips? Small bag of chips?
I don't have a bag of chips.
No Coke?
No, I don't have Coke.
What do you got? Nothing?
What's that?
You got nothing at all?
I got some food, but I can't really give it up.
It's your diet, yeah.
I got, well, no, it's not a diet or anything. It's just, I get hungry at night.
Yeah.
So, I bought some food that I don't have to put in the fridge, and I didn't want to have to, you know, I only bought so much. I only had $30 left.
Well, what's what I'll do? I'll give you
I got canned fish. I got bread. I got canned oranges. And but all of that's worth. Actually, the canned fish I only paid $1.89 for. I guess I could give you one of those.
Could you hold your hand, put that down, and hold your hands?
I don't want your money though, Ray. It's okay. Just hold on to it. Maybe somebody will come out that you can buy a smoke from.
I'm going back to the hospital tonight in about 10-15 minutes.
Why are you going back to the hospital?
I'm high on my medication. OD'd on it.
You OD'd?
Yeah.
On your medication?
They OD'd me on, what's it called, Ativan.
Well, is that a PRN?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to take it then, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they would give you enough to OD on.
Oh,
they're more responsible than that,
it was,
I think.
It could have been the hell of a shot I got.
Yeah, I know there's a skunk over there. That's why I want to go down this way now. Okay. Oh my God, that's the other guy named Ray that lives at my rest home. You can probably tell he's a bit out of it. I live at a home for mentally ill people. In case you didn't already know that, I kind of touched on it in earlier videos, but I never made it completely clear. I'm a little bit ashamed of it, but I don't feel that I have any kind of severe mental illness, so I'm not really ashamed. I'm not ashamed of myself, and I don't believe I have a mental illness, but I'm still ashamed to live in a place like that because it implies that I have a mental illness, and it pretty much makes it hard to believe that I don't have a mental illness because I'm in a home for people with mental illness. I don't have to stay here. There's nothing trapping me here except the fact that I couldn't get enough money to move out till this month, till the 15th of this month, just a few days ago. Oh, that's a cat. That's not a skunk. Okay. I thought there was a skunk back here too. That would have sucked. Oh, I'm getting way off topic now. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, right. I don't want you to kill. Now I don't have the same train of thought, so I kind of not sure exactly where I was going with that. You know, I tried to kill someone once. I never actually touched them with the weapon. It wasn't that I physically attempted to kill someone. It was that I talked about this in another video. I thought I had to kill this person, and I walked into the room with a knife, and I was like, "Do you want to die?" I just thought, you know, that's the way to solve this problem, because this individual, I thought they were a problem, and maybe they were, you know. But violence and killing isn't the way to solve your problems, and it isn't the way to make things better. you gotta rearrange your situation. You gotta pull off a little feng shui. You gotta change things around. Promote solutions. Like, if someone's a problem for me, what I want to do is change that person so that they're no longer a problem for me. And I can do that in a number of ways, and none of them have to actually be deceptive, excepting possibly the fact that they're not really aware of the tactics I'm employing. One way, and probably the easiest way, and the most effective in most situations, is to get on their good side. Now, you can do this if you choose to. This would be a bit irresponsible, but you can do this by tricking them into thinking that you're their friend. I prefer to kind of neither actually make friends with them or trick them into being my friend, but kind of in the middle, and kind of both, and kind of neither. That's not a good way to explain it, but I like to present myself to them in a way that I think is in tune with their emotions and the type of person they are. Like, try to basically operate on any common ground I have between them and myself, and kind of promote their ideas, act on positive things about them, or things they enjoy. Like, if they're wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt, maybe I'll talk to them about the Ninja Turtles. If they're wearing a Spider-Man shirt, maybe I'll joke about Spider-Man or something like that. Or, maybe I'll just talk to them like, how are you? How have you been? What are you up to? Even if I don't actually care, just to start a conversation. And it's not that I'm deceiving them, really. It's just that I want to interact with them. So I'm employing social tactics to get them to speak to me. And not only that, they'll divulge some information, and then you know more about them. Maybe they won't say much, maybe they'll just say good, but every social interaction you have with somebody that goes positively is another step to getting on their good side, and another step to also getting to know them better. Even if they don't tell you anything, if they don't give you any actual descriptive words, you can learn a lot from the tone of voice with which they talk to you. And you have to be careful about the tone of voice with which you approach them and with which you talk to them about stuff. And if you're nervous, it's better not to say anything at all, or just to say hi, or even to tell them I'm nervous, because if it seems like you're nervous and you're trying to hide something, then you're really fucked. But if you tell them that you're nervous because you are nervous, then they're like, oh my god, you're actually being honest with me and trying to touch base with me on a personal level. You're expressing your emotions to me and giving me insight into who you are as a person, divulging information about yourself, and even about your less desirable qualities or your insecurities. And that's not only going to make them open up to you maybe about their insecurities, or at least feel more secure with you, but it's also going to tell them that, you're a person they can share things with, or at least that you'll share things with them, and that's going to, at the very least, make them more comfortable with you. There is a chance that if they're a fairly paranoid person, that hearing that you're nervous will just make them nervous, but even then, the fact that you're opening up to them is going to subconsciously make them more open to you. I don't know what else I can cover. I've only taken up 49 minutes. I got at least another 20 minutes to talk. I don't mind doing hour-long posts. I just don't know whether I'm going to post this to my vlog or my show. I think the show. I think I'm going to put it on the show. I might put it on the vlog too. I'll just do both. It's not going to hurt anything. Why should I have rules anyway? Why should I care about, defining it as a vlog or a show? I'll just put it on both playlists so that people can say, that's a crossover. You know what? That's a positive thing now that I think about it. That's a crossover. That shows that I don't need to be doing one thing or another thing, and I don't need to put things in categories or psychologically separate two things. I can merge them into one and make them something more special, something more inclusive, something more altogether involved, and that's pretty cool. I'm kind of wanting to have more coffee now, but if I go inside I have to turn off the camera. I actually am pretty thirsty. I could use some water too, and I might have to go to the bathroom soon. So I'll just try and think if there's anything else I should talk about on this topic. It applies to both light and dark ninjutsu, really. And really, if you're honest with yourself, you should be using those two in combination. You should never use one without the other. I could see using light ninjutsu without dark ninjutsu. No, actually you couldn't. Because I was going to say totally fooling people, but without hiding anything. But that's always, the background is still there. Oh wait, they have to hide things in light ninjutsu too, but they're kind of part of each other. They're kind of part of each other. One's more extreme usually, and you should apply them one more than the other if necessary. However, it is appropriate to the situation, or equally, however, is appropriate to the situation. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Just whatever you do, don't make your intent known to someone who can harm you. And don't divulge who you are. Don't let people know about your true personality and your true nature if they are some kind of threat to your personality or to your life or to your person, to your body. Don't give them anything. Wait and find out if you can trust people before you let them really see who you are. You decide how much you're going to hide, and it doesn't have to be really hiding so much as just maybe not showing off your entire personality. And you can kind of filter yourself, kind of decide, well, normally I'm not going to divulge very much because I don't want to get familiar with these particular people, but when the moment comes, I'm going to show the best part of myself, and I'm going to let them know, I'm a worthwhile person. Here's my value. Here's what I'm really like. But you don't have to let out everything. Like if you have a deep, dark secret, you don't need to go around telling everyone. But it depends on who you are. Maybe the best way for you to get familiar with people, and maybe the only way for you to actually let people in, is to tell them your biggest, nastiest secret right away. I used to do meth, or I used to sell crack to kids. It ruined my life, and now I'm just trying to turn it around. I hate myself for what I did. But that's usually something you don't tell people till later, so I don't know. It's up to you. I'm just trying to give you ideas, and I know there's something I'm missing. There's like a gray ninjutsu that kind of has a point that applies to all of them. It's kind of about blending in, and one might say not leaving any fingerprints. not a necessarily mission-oriented thing, but in essence being great to people. This is useful in some situations. Perhaps for one period of your life, perhaps maybe you're stuck in a certain location or in a certain situation, or stuck being around certain people. You don't want to know anything about you. You may not want to divulge anything about yourself. I don't recommend faking a personality, but I would say something to the effect of become like clay. Take away any identity, take away any shape or form you have, and become a ball of clay that is molded by whatever touches it, by every impact, by every, what's the word? Not interaction, that too, but it's a word for connect. Intercept, damn it, I almost had it. It's really important that I get this right word for the right psychological effect. I keep almost getting it and then I forget it. I'm thinking interception, but it's not an interception. It's like when two things come together and collide. That's it. Collision. Collision. For each collision, let each collision, every time you collide with anything, let that change your outward appearance, both in your personality and in your mentality and in your emotions. Just allow the situation to change you, to become great, to mold your two sides together so that there's no differentiation between black and white, or light and dark, or pleasure and displeasure. Just allow yourself to be indiscernible. The word that would be most appropriately used would be mysterious, but not in a lame way, like, oh, we don't know anything about you. You want to be gray, so you're neither on one side or another, but at the same time you're both sides. But those both sides are merged together as one function. You just want to be neither here nor there. You want to be bland guy, plain guy. Not necessarily bland in the sense of no flavor or no personality, but that you are not really having an effect on the environment around you, at least not that people can see. You're more so camouflaging. You're changing with your environment and adapting to every situation so that no one can really tell who or what you are. You're just becoming the situation, i.e. becoming whatever is most suited to the situation. You're blending in with the situation. You're fitting into your container like water, and like plasticine or clay would too if you pushed it down into the container. You're just you're malleable, you're molding to the situation, and when that happens, it appears as though you are part of the situation. You are the background, you are just part of the effects, you are part of the scenery. You're just there to be, you know, another cog in the machine, or another another raindrop in the ocean. So that's pretty much it. I might edit this and then post half of it to the vlog and half of it to the hidden show. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't really like to edit things, you know, chop them up, change the actual event. The only time I would want to do that typically would be to put two videos together, or cut out something horribly offensive, or I usually wouldn't want to do that either. Or I lost my train of thought again. I'm pretty tired. I don't think I'm gonna have that coffee. Oh, I might edit that. I'm getting too tired. I gotta just turn this off before I start talking nonsense. Anyway, it's been real fun talking about this stuff. Now I remember what I was going to get to. I was going to get to the whole reasons you shouldn't kill somebody and alternatives to what you can do instead of using violence. But that's going to take a little bit of research. There are cutting at the edges ploys and a plethora of different techniques that are gathered up in ninja writings, ninja schools, ninja books, and I'm sure in actual ninja training halls that you can do. But I'm not really going to touch on those. I'm currently working on reading deeper into Ninpo, and rather than give you something that is insipid. I'm going to say insipid, even though I'm not sure if that's the right word. Rather than doing something that's insipid or inherent to the classical ninja, I'm going to read Ninpo, which is the source of all ninjutsu. Not necessarily the source of every last thing in ninjutsu, but the place where it all comes from. And I'm going to basically translate Ninpo into terms that we can actually understand, to basically decode its deceptive pattern. And I'm going to use that to basically form my own ninja school, just for you, and for me too, so I can understand better. And I'm going to get that on here, and I'm going to try to kind of form a new ninjutsu that is not a new ninjutsu at all, but is the basis of all ninjutsu, which is basically how everything I've been doing for quite some time works out. It's like, oh, this thing you're doing is a new idea, but really it's an idea that's been done many times before. And that's because I can get right to the root of things, and because I use geometry and certain attenuations, like naturally occurring vibrations, naturally occurring frequencies, and things that are in nature, to decide what is right and what is wrong and what I should and shouldn't do. Not like the Bible or some kind of book that was written in someone's opinions. I take the universe and I look at the way that it functions, and I say, you know, what does this function mean to me, but what is this function and how does it actually work, and how can I take advantage of that function of the universe. Like to try and simplify it in a way that makes it easier to understand, a stomach digests food. I don't decide what my stomach does. Nature and the way I was born and evolution and many factors that are imprinted into the universe decide what my stomach does. I can have an operation to change my stomach, but if I change it to anything other than digesting food, I guess I could add functions, but if I take that function away, I'm screwed. So I can either use my stomach for digesting food optimally by basically eating the best food, and maybe if I have stomach problems, taking medication for my stomach, or I can try to go against the existing order, go against the natural flow, and say, you know what, I don't want to use my stomach for digesting food, I want to use it for something else, and that'd just be stupid. It's basically what our society does, is tries to tell us to go against the natural way that things are actually intended for, and use things for something else. Like using your brain to get money. And just to elaborate, my eye is for seeing. That's what it's for. It's for seeing and looking and observing things, and telling the difference between light and darkness, and telling the difference between one color and another. No matter how hard I try to use my eye to digest food, it will not do that. I can lie to myself or write down in a book and instruct people to use their eyes to digest food or to use their stomach to see images, but it's not going to do that. It's not going to work. And it's like that with ninpo, or the subconscious, or the root of all ninjutsu, or meditation. There are certain things that ninpo does, and there are certain things that ninpo does not do. I would like to catalog those things and not add onto them things that are not ninpo, but to elaborate on the things that are within the realms of ninpo to the maximum available degree, and if so, and if possible, and if necessary, relate them to another existing thing, but not actually in any way add or subtract any kind of meaning from ninpo. So, in other words, I'm just trying to bring you pure ninjutsu, the actual natural force of ninjutsu, the subconscious force, the force that's in all of us. I want you to be able to use your ninjutsu that is inside you. And I want you to be the ultimate ninja, because your ninjutsu will not just be a technique handed down through generations or a school of thought, but an actual power.